represent the real hip hop.
So it's day one of our new build. We've got a lot of building blocks to kind of start off with. We've got the main structure that will be going in. We'll be going in here. And it should be going all the way up to the top. So a lot of work. Lots of timbers, nice clear space. We'll get cracking. Give you a sneak preview. So, this is the beast. This is a very rough drawing. That probably won't make sense until you see it. So hopefully, it looks a bit like that.
The end of day one of our most ambitious build yet. As you can see behind me, there is a rather large frame that's gone up, 5.5 metres if you're wondering. We tried to lift it up in one whole section for the whole thing across, and it was too heavy, so we had to take it apart, and we managed to do it in two sections. So it's up there now. There is going to be a floor that sits on here, so about my head height will be a platform. There's going to be another wall just in front, so it's actually going to create a bit of a covered space for us, but then we're going to have the platform up here. There's going to be a wall on top of this bit, and there'll be a gap here, and then there'll be a much higher wall on top of this side of the floor. So there's going to be a lot of different options, being able to vault off a platform at height, and then obviously the high wall is going to become a descent/ascent wall for our more experienced students. So we'll be able to go all the way up and all the way back down again.
It's the design. I thought we was going to die. That was scary going up, but we made it. It'll be safer to use than it was to construct, and I'm very excited to see how it all turns out in the end.
So it's the start of day 3. You join me at the top of the ascent-descent wall. I move out of the way, give you some kind of sense of scale. So, doing a little bit of work on my own today, just going to get a few bits and bobs tied up, some noggins in places to make it a stiffer structure, and probably one bolt in the floor as well, because one of the lower supporting walls has the ability to sort of move around a few millimetres, so we want to stop that from happening. After that, I'm going to get some noggins in this wall that you're sat on top of right now, ready to receive the scaffolding and the little ledges that are actually going to make up the ascent-descent portion of this vertical surface. So there's still quite a lot to get on with. This is the last day, obviously. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow on Christmas Day, but we'll be back in Boxing Day, and we'll be continuing through, hopefully, to get everything finished just before New Year, so then there's time to get some varnish on, ready for opening on the 4th, Tuesday the 4th of January. So let's go. So finished up for Christmas Eve, only done a few hours today. What we've done today, managed to get the roll bolt in the floor, which is going to stop this wall from sliding when people make impact on it. Obviously on the shiny concrete, even though there's a lot of weight on top, it'd still be able to skid a few centimetres, which obviously we don't want. So with that bolt really far in the floor, it's not going anywhere now. Nice and sturdy. It's also going to stop it from moving this way when people are coming in for a cat leap on this side. These are now ready to go. We're going to have scaffolding bar horizontal in between this gap here, the gap in the middle, and the gap just below the top, and that'll be in this middle channel, or the second channel, and the third channel. They'll be there, there and there, so there'll be our dyno and descent bars, so there'll be one for your left hand and one for your right hand. So we've sorted out those distances, they're all 70 centimetres, got the same to do in the third channel there, and then we're doing a much bigger gap, so just 2 bars on the right hand side, so it'll be a proper dangle and drop descent and catch. So it's coming along, it's taken a bit of time today, been on my own, running back and forth to screw fix and stuff like that, so it's coming. A lot of these smaller bits take a lot of thinking about, making sure we're getting things where we want them, and then making sure everything's safe and sturdy, especially putting the bolts in the floor can be sort of quite a long and laborious process on the SDS drills, so glad to get that out of the way. I think that's the only bolt we're going to bother putting in the floor. With it being 2B9 timbers, it is a very sturdy structure already, and we haven't even got any cladding on yet. So, going well. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you've had a nice Christmas day. You'll be watching this at some point in late December or early January, I imagine. So, hope Santa brought you everything you wanted. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy days.
New tools. Merry Christmas. That bad boy.
Deadly weapon, that. It's a shiv. In bits. Ah! In bits! No.
This little beast has been our saving grace for cutting the boards.
Circular saws are good, but it's all about the plunge saw. Especially having to cut out those squares in the big wall would have been really difficult with a fixed circular saw, but having a plunge that you can come through with, really handy. I think the blade's been getting a bit blunt. It looks like it's been burning through the boards more than cutting, so I'm going to swap it for this one.
Carl's going to be doing some flapper disking to start the day off.
Who did this? Who did this? How did that get like, who did this? It's not on my site, mate. It's my visit on here, so we're all working properly.
This wall is going up here today. We're going to finish the top of the boards with some more holes in, and we should be near enough done. Woo.
Eye protection,
So, I don't have any goggles, so this is what's going on behind the camera.
So as you can see behind me, the build is almost complete. In fact, the last piece of cladding is going on the tower right now. Let's take a look.
False alarm, guys. Ooh. Like a glove.
Like a glove.
Tools everywhere. We have in fact clad the entirety of the face of the tower and pretty much everything that we've built so far. We keep stopping working and just looking at all the new possibilities. Like running precision from where Callum is to the middle. Hold tight, Grim Jam 2022.
So another day done. I am currently at the very top, and this is the new view going out across the rest of the gym. Still lots of work to do, but the end is in sight. Ready to reopen next week. Woohoo!
So it's Sunday, the 2nd of January 2022. Happy New Year, everyone. We've currently got about 2/3 of a coat on the big tower. So today's mission, apart from securing a couple of the other bits into the walls and each other and stuff, is getting the varnish on all of that. It's just before 9 o'clock. which means we've got about 54 hours until we'll be opening for our very first class. So there's still a little bit to do, and we've got about 2 days to do it. Today and this evening, tonight, is going to be the last chance to get any varnish on it, because it'll need a good day to go off. Luckily, it's water-based varnish. We've been using good old Ronseal for a while. Feel free to sponsor us, Ronseal. Quite expensive varnish, quite expensive. So here we go. Marie, one of our longest serving students, his mum, Marie, gave us loads of help when we were first building some of these original bits, supporting us, doing lots of varnishing and stuff like that. And she's been back again with Jazz and his younger brother Louis helping out on New Year's Eve. So huge thanks to them. We've already got the coat on the back, the side and on the top. So now I'm doing some of the inner walls and this face here on the front. Here we go. What do you think? Pretty close to our original idea. Obviously, most of the design was done on Blender, 3D modelled by Callum, and then obviously I've sketched it up when we've been coming to buying the wood and getting the lengths correct and stuff like that. So we're really, really pleased with it. It's gone together better than we thought it would have done. We didn't have a huge amount of problems, and we're just absolutely chuffed to bits with the end result. Check it out. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty tired, so probably not going to train on it. Might go to bed. Bye.